Everybody, this is an amazing Soul Sister Love and my coach, Marilyn MJ Fontaine, here in Newham at Old Stratton Hall, and she's going to talk about her beautiful exhibition.
So this is part of a bigger exhibition called At Home. So I'm Marilyn, and I'm a local artist from Newham, which I love. So this is my work. This was created during lockdown, and it's a body of work that is like my paternal line. Well, my mum and dad, that's my grandparents on my dad's side. But it's really the theme is my mum and her journey, which incidentally becomes my journey as a black woman growing up in Newark. So, pictures of my mum when she first arrived, her with her sisters-in-law, they're all married brothers, also alongside these taboos and customs, so the good hair, the whole good hair, bad hair concept of being second, third generation Caribbean mixed with African and white and the other, and how good hair is seen as a commodity, a positive commodity. Speak English, my parents spoke broken French, patois, so they always wanted us to speak English so we wouldn't get ostracized by the community and we could assimilate. And the one they left behind, that refers to the barren children. So often when Caribbeans travelled, they would leave a couple of children behind, and then they would send barrels back for those children, and later on those children would come to England. But it would be kind of like a split because they were different to the siblings that were born in the UK. This is a triangle, the journey, and it relates, it's respect to Frank Bolin, the artist Frank Bolin, because it often depicts the Caribbean, Africa, Guyana, where he came from, in his paintings, and this represents the journey that our parents did via our ancestors. And lastly, this is called The Worker, and it's my mum. She's working at Tattenhouse Sugar Refinery, and it relates to this documentary, which is an audio documentary on black workers of Tattenhouse Sugar Refinery, which were never really documented, and they kind of held up the local economy, and they were a foundation to a lot of the families of East Town, Newham, Stratford, East London. So in here you have hidden images, like there's a plantation in Dominica, which is sugar plantation. You have Tetlow factory. There's a Jesus, which was quite integral to my mum's life and faith. And there's a slave ship as well, because our parents never spoke about slavery because they didn't have time. They didn't have time to be political and conscious because they just had to survive. They were Windrush people. But for me, it came out in me growing up and me searching and me asking questions, because I have and had the privilege of time and technology to find out a lot of things.
And can you tell people where they can find you online?
So I'm at mjfontaine.co.uk for coaching. So I mentor artists and creatives, and Marilyn Fontaine Art at weebly.com, and there's a QR code, so you can just scan it in.
All right, one thing, this piece,
yeah.
This is a community piece, which I really am enamored by, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to do something similar to that.
For your community. So the community piece is, last year, Newham, where this building is held, commissioned me to take portraits. Well, they commissioned me to do something for the Windrush, so I decided to take portraits of the elders, which was a similar situation with a Caribbean phone and a curtain, and a fish. There was a fish there. So I took portraits and we just kept it on a Google Drive. So this year they said to me, can I do something else? And I just said, I'm going to do a giant photo album. Didn't know how I'm going to construct this thing. So I created this book, and so, thank you. So it was a backdrop, and people took pictures in front of it. So it was a nice opportunity for the elders. So I called it The Story of Us, and it's a community photo album. And what it is, it's a document of the elders, and it's going to go into the Newham archives. So they will, every year they can take it out and use it. Even if I'm not living in Newham, it will still carry on. And so it's a community archive of pictures of the elders, but we don't know next year, we might do something totally different. It might be pictures, it could be words, but whatever it is, it's a legacy of
Yes.
the Caribbean African community. And that built this area. The reason why I use these doilies because they were so prominent in black homes, and they relate to Tony's exhibition anyway, at home. And so I did that, and then this year I was able to do they asked me to do the photo album, but they also asked me to be part of this exhibition. So I wanted to create the stories. So last year I didn't get the stories. So this year we was able to project manage and for me to get portraits, but also their stories. So, and what you have here is people that have come here and they've gone and worked in factories and they couldn't find no homes and they found it really difficult. Other people that were like nurses was able to come have no problem with racism because they was in a different type of job. It wasn't in like on the factory floor. But it's important because it's their stories. So this is Windrash 2023. This happened in June. So next year, hopefully, we will be able to add to this and so forth, where it might be something different. Could have portraits again, but I think change things up. So it might be changed. So that is left for 2024.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing your work online and in person, and it's just a blessing. Thanks.